We are back. Now, to everyone watching this, it's not going to seem like that long of a break, but for us, we have not watched any Star Trek in a couple of weeks, but specifically, we have not watched TNG since Lessons, which I think was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Wow. And I think that was a good decision. Let us soak and marinate and appreciate Lessons some more instead of moving on to the next episode and forgetting about it. And I've been thinking about that episode and just how amazing it is. And you can tell some time has passed because my beard has gone in reverse. It was a little bit shorter the last time, and now it's all the way down here. So
there you go. Yeah, we took a little break in real time from recording, and now we got to catch back up, and we're going to be watching a whole ton of Star Trek this week. So we're going to get started with Season 6, Episode 20. Are you ready?
Episode 20? Oh, no. We're almost done? Oh, no.
Almost done with what could be the best season of all time.
Riker to Captain Picard. Go ahead, number one.
Interesting new angle.
Yeah. Almost as if it's zoomed in.
Oh, my God.
Then you can identify that object, Mr. Picard. I trust I'm not being overly presumptuous, now that my star pupil is master of the stars.
Well, the master of Tarquin Hill designed ceramic objects that were 300 years ahead of their time. How can I accept this?
Graciously, Mr. Picard. You could accept it graciously. I'm currently on an expedition into an unexplored and historical territory. And I intend to take you with me.
Ooh.
Neat.
You can afford a shore leave? No, this would be 8 years. I liked how he was calling him Will in that scene.
Yeah.
Like seeing his passion for, would that be archaeology?
I think so, yeah. Artifacts and all that. I expected when he didn't when he didn't accept the gift, Riker to go, well, in that case.
You know, it's very interesting because at this point in the series, you know, we're 6 years into this voyage and they haven't said how long it's supposed to be. I don't know if at this point in the Federation or in Starfleet, if they're just like, okay, well, we don't do like times anymore. Like you just go and we'll decide when to take you out or whatever. So it's kind of like, what is the natural end of the journey or the end of your assignment there? It's interesting.
That's true. For the most part, and in the beginning of every captain's log, it seems as if they're always on some sort of pre-planned route. Oh, we're here to do this. Just like this episode, we're mapping out these proto-photon neurons or whatever. So, well, I think the obvious part, there's no timetable because the show can go on as long as they want.
Yeah.
It's been over 30 years since I last saw my archaeology professor.
Wow.
His presence has taken me back to a time when I had considered a different career. That was years ago. It seemed as though the work had stopped.
No.
Oh!
Hey!
How long?
3 months, perhaps a year.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
But as it is, we'll only have my shuttle.
Just take the Enterprise.
Dream not of today, Mr. Picard.
The night blessing of the Yashel.
As I recall, you missed that question on your final exam.
I've had a few years to look it up. Professor, the Enterprise is yours for as long as you're here.
Thank you.
It'd be crazy to think he hasn't even seen him since he was a student.
I'm not sorry for the path that I chose. But the Professor did not choose this gift at random. You see, he knows that past is a very insistent voice inside me. This gift is meant to remind me of that.
Ah, so he's manipulating you.
I would still make the same choice that I made all those years ago. I just wish that I didn't have to say no to him a second time. But he was like a father who understood me. I was like the son who understood him.
Damn.
And yet you turned your back on him.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, I wouldn't say choosing a different career path is turning your back on someone.
The Vulcan ship will take us as far as DS4. An Alien transport is scheduled to...
He's already talking as if he's going with them. Isn't it funny I literally said Deep Space 4 like a few episodes ago when I was asking about that? Simulation. We're in a simulation. We manifest this show.
I'm afraid I won't be going.
Don't make the same mistake twice.
Oh.
Years ago, I gave you the opportunity to become the foremost archaeologist of your generation. You decided to reject a life of profound discovery, and you walked out on me.
Do you know what this man has done, you fucking piece of shit?
Uh-oh.
Will you come with me?
I can't.
There's nothing for me here. Goodbye, Captain.
Just goes out the airlock.
I guess I'll just kill myself.
This is because of you, Mr. Picard. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm going for a walk in the Arboretum. I wouldn't mind some company.
She knows.
Mm-hmm.
A distress call from Professor Galen's shuttle.
Oh my god.
Enterprise, I'm being boarded.
A Uridian destroyer.
Uridian.
They were in Birthright. The James Cromwell guy.
Oh. I love that.
Boom! Damn, they just destroyed the whole thing.
I don't understand, Commander. The phaser blast was not powerful enough to destroy the ship.
Transporter Room 1, log on to Professor Galen and transport him directly to sickbay.
Oh, there we go. Some good camera work.
But it was just a fucking ruse by this guy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Now will you go with me?
I almost died, Picard. Now you must go.
I was too harsh.
My God. You think he's really dead, or you still think it's a ruse?
It's whole ruse. Ruse.
You didn't abandon him. You chose not to abandon a lifelong career. Staring at these numbers isn't going to bring him back. Starfleet is relying on your mediation efforts
Counselor, this is not simply a case of me taking the Enterprise and its crew on some wild goose chase to purge myself of guilt and remorse.
Kind of what it feels like.
Now, if that means inconveniencing a few squabbling delegates for a few days, then so be it.
Captain.
He's not ready yet.
Well, he knows he's wrong.
Although, I'm all about inconveniencing some squabbling delegates. I have no problem there.
Oh, I have a problem with that.
Fuck Starfleet.
This is not part of a natural design, Captain. This is part of an algorithm, coded at the molecular level.
This fragment has been part of every DNA strand on Earth since life began there. Someone must have written this program over 4 billion years ago.
What?
Mr. Data, how many people on the Enterprise are from non-Federation planets?
17, sir.
Each one of these 17 people to see if they have the correct protein configuration.
I'll begin collecting DNA samples.
I wonder how those people managed to get aboard the Enterprise. I don't know. Picked up?
Whatever information this program contains could be the most profound discovery of our time.
So, 4 billion years ago, an advanced species spread their DNA across 19 different planets. So it's basically alien Prometheus.
You were right, Captain. We've got company. Cardassians.
Cardassians?
My name is Kal Osset. Identify yourself and state your business in this star system.
Female Cardassian, I just asked about that.
We are on a purely scientific mission.
And you had nothing to lose by delaying a purely scientific mission for a few days.
Ooh.
Klingon attack cruiser decloaking up the starboard bow.
What?
They are hailing us.
What are you doing here, bro?
What is going on? What in the conspiracy?
Everyone's coming after this artifact here. This DNA strand.
What the fuck?
I watched the Ferengi show up.
I think we all know about Professor Galen's research and about the computer program composed of DNA fragments.
But how do you two know about it?
There will be no other samples from Indri 8.
What is that supposed to mean?
He destroyed the biosphere of the planet.
And the Klingon Empire will not allow it to fall into an enemy's hands, or even a friend's.
A weapon?
So basically, it's the proto-molecule.
As far as we know, it might just be a recipe for biscuits.
Then go back to Cardassia. I will send you my mother's recipe.
How dare...
Neither of your races would eat biscuits.
We will all observe the results simultaneously, giving no one the advantage.
And if we refuse?
So the Iridians must have found out from him and then started selling information to the Klingons and Cardassians. Hey, I got some info.
Yeah, I really wish those two were better because that could have been a really good scene.
Yeah, this
It was
Klingon
just
sucks.
fucking cringe.
Yeah, Klingon sucks. She's okay, I guess.
She's decent. That biscuit line might have been the worst fucking line in Star Trek I've ever heard.
The biscuits thing?
Yeah.
Extrapolate for the missing piece.
That's going to take several hours to set up and to process. Excuse me.
Shit, GPT could do it in an instant.
It won't be right, but it'll do it.
It won't be right. Yeah.
Good evening, Commander Data. Your reputation for physical strength is known even in the Klingon Empire.
Break this guy's arms.
Yeah, please.
Wa, cha, wei.
Got him.
Get out of here, you fucking loser.
Kind of feels like whoever would have the inside would have the advantage in that. Oh!
My skull is composed of cortinide and uranium.
I understand your intellectual prowess is equally impressive. A being of your abilities would go far in the Empire.
You were attempting to bribe me.
So all three of those people are just watching this.
Never mind.
God, it's like a fucking season 1 character.
Star is in sector 21459, the Ramazad system.
Oh. She's like, okay, thanks. Oh, damn! Well, can't trust a Cardassian.
Yeah.
It is fortunate that your engineer discovered Gull 06's attempt to tamper with your defense.
Get the hell out of here.
Well, it won't take them long to realize that Ramizad is the wrong planet.
He said the wrong planet. Okay.
Captain, we've got company. I'm ready to pull you out of there.
Well, the Cardassians already found you?
Damn.
I'm rather busy now.
Well,
Oh!
it was quite a chase, wasn't it, my friend?
Jesus, Iridians get info out fast.
My ship was watching under cloak when Professor Galen's shuttle was attacked.
Well, thank you for revealing that to us.
Etched in stone, no doubt. No deals. There will be no deals as long as I am still alive.
Ooh, there you go.
I just left Worf to deal with this.
And Worf has no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
We will die together, brother. Tashkota.
Oh, okay. A nice moment.
Was it?
Whoa! It is Prometheus.
You're wondering who we are, why we have done this.
Look at those ears.
Our scientists seeded the primordial oceans of many worlds toward a physical form resembling ours.
Really?
It was our hope that you would have to come together in fellowship and companionship to hear this message. Our hope has been fulfilled. You are a monument. Remember us.
If you were not dead, I would kill her.
The very notion that a Cardassian could have anything in common with a Klingon, it turns my stomach.
Of course, it's like, you would all have to work together to find us. It's like, no.
Well, you were wrong.
Really, it was mostly just one guy.
His dream to solve that puzzle would never have been realized. You left him a wonderful legacy.
Are you going to publish this? It's like literally the biggest discovery in human history?
It would seem that we are not completely dissimilar after all. In our hopes or in our fears. Perhaps one day.
One day.
Ooh, they hit us with the fade to black. Taking a page out of the DS9 book there. All right. That's going to be an interesting one to talk about, that's for sure. We just watched The Chase, and now we're going to talk about it, starting with our whiteboard reactions.
I guess you can say it was a heavy lore drop, but mid!
Yeah, I really liked the first half.
First half shows a lot of promise, especially with the name Jonathan Frakes popping up in the director's chair, who I don't think has had a single miss when he's been sitting in the chair, as far as I remember, but... and this wasn't a wall of writers either. We had Joe Bonaski.
There's a few of them, yeah.
One of them was two people. I mean, the same person. Joe Bonaski and teleplay and story by Joe and someone else.
Ronald Moore, I think, was on there, too. Yeah, so I guess I'll just say first off, enjoyed the whole setup, enjoyed the hook, enjoyed even this mentor character, even though he becomes an op. I still enjoyed, the execution of him and everything. And Jonathan Frakes, the direction was good, a lot of cool angles, and the story on paper is a very big, deep sci-fi story, which almost could, it's like pretty deep to the point where it could even be like the plot of a movie, honestly.
I was thinking that as well, yeah.
But basically, this episode is like a roller coaster in the sense that it's going pretty well, and then it just, like, instead of a big drop on a coaster, it just becomes like this, if a coaster just steadily declined the way back down. Like, it just, as it went on and on, I'm like, oh. And then the last scene with Picard and the Romulan, I liked their exchange. I didn't feel like this episode earned it, but as a moment, it's a good scene, and this episode has a few really good moments, and I fucking hated that Klingon.
Yeah, that Klingon was absolutely awful. Yeah, I will agree with you. This seemed more of a movie concept premise. It's an idea too big to be done in a 45-minute television show. This definitely could have been a movie plot. But just to cram this all in here with these unlikable Cardassians and Klingons, and then the whole lesson being, we're not so different after all. It's like, oh, okay. But like a huge universe lore drop where the species from 4 billion years ago spread their DNA all throughout the galaxy. So basically I'm guessing not every, but most of the humanoids we see in this entire universe are all interlinked somehow. It feels massive, but the whole thing fell flat here, purely based on execution and the fact that it's in a television show, and it just didn't flow correctly. I don't know. I'm trying to think of things I liked about it. I liked the guy for the most part, just a master manipulator teacher. I wish he was in the episode more so we can see more of this relationship form and go through peaks and valleys, but he just fucking dies. And then I find it kind of hard to believe that there's been no evidence of this, and he was even secretive to tell Picard about it. And then all of a sudden, these Iridians get this guy, get his information, and sell it to the Cardassians and the Klingons and the Romulans are listening in. This went from a very, doesn't even exist, and then the whole fucking universe knows about it in 44 minutes. I mean, it's been probably 2 weeks traveling planet to planet, and everyone knows about it all of a sudden. I don't know, just too quick.
Yeah, I agree with most of what you said there. I would say that it doesn't necessarily have to be off the table of well, this is a TV show, so we can't cover this, and this. You can, but something this big, it has to be the whole episode, not something you just throw in at the end of oh, here's the answer, and it's mind-blowing. And, it's kind of like you talked about Massive. I like the explanation in the sense that all of these, why are so many species that they find in the universe humanoid? Oh, because this ancient one is actually where the humanoid form comes from, and they spread it. But they only spread it on 19 planets. So, I don't know if we've had more than 20 species that we've seen, but, I feel like essentially every species we've ever seen in Star Trek, with a few exceptions, are pretty humanoid. So that's kind of okay. But even that aside, even though I kind of could like the explanation and like the, let's all find bonding in this, it's just thrown in as like a TOS-esque ending of like an alien shows up and explains it. It almost reminded me of like the ending of Arena, the Gorn episode where the figure just appears at the end and explains it.
Yeah.
Which is, people have brought up like, oh, why is it okay in TOS? And it's like, yes, part of it is TOS is a 60s TV show. It has a different format of doing things, and it doesn't work as well like in the 90s or today. The TNG might as well be a modern show because it's such a masterpiece. And it's like watching an episode like this where it's basically about Picard and his teacher, his mentor. The mentor dies, and then we get thrown into this deep sci-fi premise that does not have the time to flesh itself out. And then you just like wrap it up in that weak ending. It's just kind of like, what were you guys doing? I don't know how the script process worked, but it seemed like they had this idea for an episode with the teacher, and then this deep sci-fi script or story or whatever, and they're like, how do we get from here to here? And it was just like this messy ass, and then it's like, then you're going to throw in the scene with the Klingon and Data, in 10-4, when you don't even have enough time to do what you're trying to do, and it's this like poorly done comical scene. Even if the scene had been funny and like had worked, it's misplaced here. It's like, why are you doing that here?
Yeah, too many cooks in the kitchen. Some executive producer pulled some strings. We need. It's like, yeah. I would love to know what Jonathan thinks about this episode. Part of me thinks if he did a shoot interview on it, he would just shit on all the execs. I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to do a nice, heartfelt story with Picard and his teacher, and then fucking Joe Monosky comes in here, and then fucking Renee and, I don't know, whoever.
Yeah, Brandon Braga.
Yeah.
More, and they're like, who knows who it was, yeah.
I don't know. You come off the heels of an episode like Lessons. 10 out of 10, masterpiece, home run, and then, whoa, we can't do the same thing. We got to completely go the other way.
Yeah,
this isn't the worst episode I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'll blunt it right now. We're complaining a lot. This is not a bad episode by any means. It's just frustrated me a lot because of what it included and what it did. On the whole ranking of episodes, because I actually have them all ranked out. When I go to put this in my ranking, it's going to be like in the upper fourth. Like it's a good episode. It's just like it could have been. It had such missed potential, and it started off really well. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's just like, well, what happened? What is this? And then the alien design at the end, I get it's supposed to be like an early humanoid, but it just looked creepy. And like that's maybe also where the remastering comes in of like, maybe in the 90s it looked okay, but it just like looked really off-putting, and it made the performance of the person doing it just weird. And like, why couldn't you have added any type of like hologram effect or anything so it didn't look so uncanny of this figure not talking to them directly, but like talking to people like it's a video message, but it's like make it look like a hologram or make it look like something that's being pulled up, not just them standing there, because it made it seem really off.
Yeah, I guess an example I could pull from Andor did something similar in season 1 where a character that passes away speaks on this projector after she died, and she's like standing up in the middle of the town square and like everyone's like looking up at it. I think that could have been a nice not allegory, but a good viewpoint. Like, oh, we're looking up at this upper species.
Or even, not to use a modern example, like back to TOS, Return of the Archons, Landru, projection coming up to explain, it's like they've done it before years ago, it's like, it's not like it's technology they didn't have when they were making the show.
Yeah, I don't know, just a misfire on many levels. And I do like how even 4 billion years later, the world is not ready to get along and realize that we're all the same. Was this a poor, weak allegory to be, oh, I'm from this country, you're from this country, we've been fighting, but aren't we all the same? Because an alien 4 billion years ago planted our DNA. It's like, that little, on the nose. I mean, not the most painful on the nose. I'm sure it gets even worse down the road, but it felt a little, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I agree. I get what you're saying there. That part doesn't bother me as much, but I wish, it's like you have to do it well. You have to like make it, you can do an obvious message even if it's on the nose. I mean, TOS did it all the time, like an obvious on the nose message, like something like Last Battlefield with the half-face people, that's an on the nose message. But I thought they did it really well. It's just the execution again is like, by that last scene, I was like, what the hell's going on here? But the idea of Romulans, Klingons, Cardassians all coming together and trying to get this thing, this MacGuffin, at the end, that's a cool thing. Like, that's a cool concept. And it's just like, there's too much in this episode to like, you can't focus on any of it.
Yeah, true.
Female Cardassian, cool to see. Performance was fine. Klingon I already said was terrible. Another like moment that could have been really cool in a different episode is when the Klingon says that to Worf, like, "We'll die together, brother." But it's just thrown it. Like, you don't see them interact at all, and it's just thrown to them, and he just says it. It's like, do you know who Worf is? Do you know his story? It's like, it feels like a Star Trek fan wrote this episode, and that's not like a knock necessarily. It just seems like a bunch of stuff was in here that a random person who watches Star Trek would be like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? And then it's like, no, it wasn't that cool. Or it was just misplaced. Really enjoyed the scene with Deanna and Picard. Deanna is one of my favorite characters escalating here. And, going to Picard, it was a rare moment where Picard's always usually so virtuous, so open to listening to his crew, but in this case, he knew he was wrong and still shut her out, because he couldn't handle it. Unfortunately, the story then just completely shifts, and we never go back to that. But
yeah, I mean, I guess he got to fulfill part of his want to redeem himself for his professor. He figured it out, but unfortunately, no one gave a shit.
Yeah, and at the end, I'm like, you're talking about this guy who died, your professor, but you just discovered not necessarily the origin of humans, but a big piece of their origin. And is anyone publishing this? Like, Picard, this was the biggest discovery of your career. Like, is everyone just move on?
It's like that meme. Oh, finally, the scroll of truth. Yeah, and he throws it away. Yeah. Oh, we're all related. Fuck this.
Yeah. Avon Guthrie. In TOS, the explanation for the similar humanoid species is that the preservers spread humanoids across the galaxy in the Native American episode, which was called...
What season was that?
Season 3, episode 2 or 3, with Kirk. I am Kirk!
Oh, and he's with that woman? Yeah, right? He's with that woman?
Yeah, Miramani.
Yeah.
Miramani?
Yeah, okay.
What was it called? I don't remember.
City on the Hill.
TNG is now giving a different explanation that it's from a common ancestor. Which explanation do you like better? I would have to rewatch that TOS episode to remember exactly what they said, but I did remember when we were watching this. I was like, yeah, they had something about seeds being spread in TOS, and I just remember when we posted that episode and people just being like, this was never brought up again in the comments, so it just kind of spoiled it for me. But I guess just off of raw memory, probably liked it better in TOS, but I would have to watch that again.
Yeah, I need to rewatch that. All I remember is Kirk hanging out with that lady, and that's it. And them hiding out somewhere. But I don't remember a fucking thing.
It was called The Paradise Syndrome. Season 3, episode 3.
Darren Wagner says, not the best idea TNG came up with.
Yeah, not the best.
I'll agree with you there.
I will point out, Thicket Dweller likes it. This was one of my favorite episodes of this season. I just liked it. I mean, I can't really argue with that. You just liked it. Good for you. That's fair.
That's fine.
I just like the Devil's Due and the host. It happens.
I just like burritos. You're allowed to like what you want.
But Kevin Coleman does not. I hate these kind of canon correction episodes that do nothing but try to explain away the budgetary constraints of the show. No characters, no story, and worst of all, a pink goo lady reading you some dude Star Trek wiki article at the end. Yeah, let's just take away all the mystery of how this universe and all its species came to be because we're a little embarrassed by the makeup. SMH.
Oh, that's a good point. If the whole point is an explanation of why these species don't look that crazy, it's because we all come from... Because the majority of the species we deal with were humanoid DNA from 4 billion years ago. Yeah, that is a lame... Correct. Yeah, I will agree with him about leave some mystery in the universe. Don't just explain it in a season 6 episode 20 episode about the entire history of this entire fucking universe.
Right after we watched it, I thought to myself for a minute, I'm like, this is where our tier grading kind of falls apart because I'm like, I can't give this episode an E. It's nowhere near that. But just that element of it, I want to erase from canon. Like, I'm never going to think about that explanation again. I bet it never shows up again. And I'm just going to ignore that piece of it because it's fucking... I mean, I was going to say it's stupid, but it doesn't have to be stupid. Like, it can be explained well, in a Prometheus-type way. But because of how poorly it was done, I'm just going to kind of ignore it.
I don't know, maybe a Star Trek Discovery episode will retcon this. Yeah, speaking of E, Phil Ken Seben says this is either a really dumb E or an enjoyable adventure. There really shouldn't be an in-between. Honestly, I like it, but it's also stupid.
Yeah, fair. Bradley Schaefer, S, for filling in so many plot holes. This explains why we are genetically compatible with Vulcans and Klingons. We are all engineered to evolve toward the same form. Been watching you guys since early TOS. Very enjoyable discussions. Thank you very much, Bradley. Appreciate that. We don't really care that much about plot holes. I don't think so. It's not our thing. Also, again, like for what Bradley said here, like sure, on paper, getting an explanation of why there's so many humanoid species, okay, cool. I don't really care about, like, it's just like what's the execution of the particular episode. So like for me, I'm never gonna look at an idea or a thesis or a theme and immediately go, that's good or that's bad. It's gonna be how did it play out. So for me, that's why I didn't like this one. But yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Plot holes in the sense of, oh, why can humans and Vulcans mate? I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I
because
don't.
it's a sci-fi TV show.
Yeah, yeah. How is a spaceship flying in space right now? Yeah, I don't care. Especially when it comes to plot holes and decades of television and movies where you have to, I gotta remember what happened in this movie at this moment or in this episode at that point, or else the race is dead. It's fucking hard. It's.
I got enough going on.
I gotta pay my rent. I can forgive unless it's. I don't know, making Kirk racist in like a Star Trek movie or something. That's
yeah, that could be bad. Yeah, let's hope they
Imagine
don't do
if
that.
they did.
Let's hope they don't do that.
Molly Campbell says, I remember being fascinated with this episode when I first watched as a teenager. I'm hoping it holds up. Ba-dum.
Well, Molly, let us know after rewatching it when we post the reaction. Let us know if you still like it. Be interested. Paul. I like the continuation in exploring and focusing on a primary trait of Picard. Last episode is music, that which connects to his soul, and now history and archaeology, that which resonates with his almost childlike passion. Damn, I love Picard. As for the ending, I like how it explains why so many alien races look similar. They're all connected, rooted back to the same seed, blah, blah, blah. Second paragraph is, we've read that kind of already before, but Picard specifically, I did really like the hook, and I did really like him getting this gift and diving more into archaeology, calling Riker Will because he's not in a Starfleet moment at that moment. He's talking from himself. And, kind of like when you're showing someone you care about, something you're passionate about, he's showing Will about this. So I really liked all of that.
Yeah, if only they stuck with that.
Exactly.
I wish I had the balls to be like, oh, I wonder if they were thinking, oh, we just had an entire Picard-focused episode, and we're doing that the next one? Oh, maybe we should re-edit this and reshoot this and do some other stuff. It's like, no, take another layer of Picard story. You can have 2 in a row. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. He's literally the main lead of your show. It's okay.
Better Watch Trek agrees with what we said. I think the idea was far too ambitious for a 45-minute episode. Should have been a 2-parter or even better, a TNG movie. Yeah. The idea done better, obviously, but yeah.
There you go.
But then you also have Tim B. The plot is stupid and the episode shouldn't exist. Okay, I'll read this one last. You can read any others if you want, but this is one from Timothy, and longtime patron, so says it's one of his favorite episodes, so I want to read. It's a little bit of a long take, but hear him out here. This is one of my favorite episodes of the show. It has a pretty colorful cast of guest characters, and the race to find this ancient knowledge keeps the episode engaging throughout. But what I really appreciate about it is that it turns out to simply be a message about how all of life is connected. The only ones apart from the Enterprise crew who take that message to heart are the Romulans. It ends the episode on that hopeful tone 90s Trek was known for, S tier. And while I don't really disagree with any of that, I just didn't like the episode itself, really. But I will say it being, again, that Romulan scene at the end with Picard, I wish it had felt a little bit more earned, but it almost took me back to Balance of Terror, the ending of that episode, of, taking that to heart. So I did appreciate that. I just, man, this is one of those where for me, it's like, it's not that I hated it, it's just like, it's more of a disappointment than a terrible episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, it just veered off the road. Like, good. Ah! And at the end, it was too late to salvage it. But they came back at the end with that nice scene with the Romulan and Picard. But everything else outside of the main through line, just shit.
Yeah, but that's also just because we're jaded assholes who hate everything, so sorry about that.
If it's not exactly the way I want it, I'm not going to like it.
Yeah, fuck that. Let's watch Lessons again.